Much greets, y'all. I'm Brickroad, and this is Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. It's time to do a spot of shopping. There are 3 Imperial towns. There's Albrook, Miranda, and Tsen. And they actually incentivize you to visit all 3 of the towns, if I can find where the shops are in here. Because they don't all just have the same stuff in the shops. You would expect 3 towns at a certain point in the game to have the same stuff in all the shops. But they actually don't. That being said, their inventory is not differentiated so much that you really need to visit all 3 shops. These chests are empty, and I always forget that something gets placed in there in the second world. I guess we'll find out. So, let's see. We're just going to arm the party that we have. Maximum MP. I guess that's pretty good for Celeste. Oh, she's not equipped. That's the problem. We need to give her stuff back. Because she's going to need Siren. So her, the critical hit strategy we've been using with her is not going to be as useful going in to this next dungeon. So I think we're going to do Hero's Ring and an Earring. And have her use her ice magic as we go in there. Okay, so we still might want to give her the Priest Smiter, though, because she's going to be casting a lot of spells. We've got white dresses. Oh, we've only got 1, though. We'll buy a second one when we get Terra back. Got enough ninja gear. We don't need... Oh, maybe we will need another Mithril Vest. We only have 1. I'm going to buy a second one, just in case. Alright, so we'll go ahead and give her the Priest Smiter. That increases some magic defense, gives her a little more MP to play with. I think Edgar is going to be the weak link in this dungeon coming up. Because the idea here is that all of the monsters have really high defense. Because they're like, okay, we gave them a character that can cast ice magic, and we just gave them espers that can teach thunder and fire magic. Let's see if they know enough to actually use them. We don't need to buy any of these swords, because we're going to get better stuff in there. He's already got good claws, and Cyan is A, not with us, and B, already has the Kiku-ichimonji. Kiku-ichimonji. That's a... I'm sorry, I can't pronounce words. So, I think we can get a free heal. Once we take care of Don Joker here, we can get a free heal. At least. So let's see how much damage Drill does versus Chainsaw. Let's do a little bit of science here, because the idea with Drill is it's based on his strength stats, his attack stats, I think. Chainsaw is as well, and I think Chainsaw might deal a little more damage, but Chainsaw has the ability to do an instant death attack some percentage of the time, which can be beneficial in some areas, but not in others. Thank you for the refreshment, boss. I think, should I buy some more high potions? No, I got plenty. We are going to buy 10 of these. Otherwise, we won't have them when we need them later. We've only got 1 teleport stone. I think we're good otherwise. We'll buy another tent. We'll buy a couple tents. Alright. Now that we're close to broke, let's make our way up to Vector. Infiltrate the Empire, find out what we can find out, see what kind of trouble we can get into. Lots of treasures, lots of boss fights, should be exciting. So buying new weapons before going into this dungeon is kind of a bad idea because everything in here is high defense. You're supposed to use magic. The idea is, if you're playing really effectively, you'll have Celeste use her... I don't think Chainsaw's going to come out, is it? Nope, oh well. You'll have Celeste use her ice magic that she starts with. Another person will have fire magic from the Siren Esper. And then a third person will have thunder magic from the Rama Esper. There's shops in Vector too. I guess since we're here, we'll check them real quick. But I don't think there's much of anything. We want to say no, we're not loyal to the Empire. What? Guys in the walls? They're wall guys! Let's pop this chainsaw and see what kind of damage we can get out of it. I think it'll out-damage the drill, but... yeah, it out-damages the drill, but sometimes it does an instant death attack, which sometimes is beneficial, but not all enemies can be hit with it. So she's actually a returner sympathizer. The wall guys were just a test to see if we were up to the task. Which, hey, you know, free in. Cool beans. Yeah, it's just all the same stuff that we already had at not Albrook. We're Albrook. Albrook's the port city in the Empire. Tsen is a village up in the north, and then Miranda is a village down in the southwest. We don't need to do anything in Vector except get into the dungeons. This guy's going to help us get in. And get into their research facility. And if I'm very lucky, I won't forget any of the treasures in the research facility. But traditionally, I'm not very lucky, so we'll see how it goes. It's a big, complicated dungeon with non-trivial monsters, because you've got to use magic to defeat the monsters. Now, we did bring Sabin, and Sabin's got 2 earrings, and he's got the Rising Phoenix Blitz. So he may very well be in good shape. Edgar, I think, might be the weakest link, because he doesn't have any magic yet. Oh, I guess we gotta go up this way. He doesn't have any magic yet. Does he? What? Yeah, I gave him Chiron for cure, so he's gonna have cure spells here in a minute. But doesn't have any magic yet in this dungeon where magic is gonna be super useful. So we're gonna just throw fire out. We're gonna have him use the chainsaw. The other thing we might try, though, let's go ahead and get Blizzard going. The other thing we might try is his flash tool. His flash tool, I don't know if it does magic damage or physical damage, but it might do enough when paired with Blitz to take down some of these fights. I'm not considering Locke to be a weak link because he's stealing items for us. But even her spell, I mean, she has 2 earrings. She has an earring and a hero ring, which is an earring. Plus a Gigas glove at the same time. Locke has Poison, Sabin has Imp, Edgar has Cure and Libra, both of which will be very useful. I think we'll just let Edgar... because the thing about Edgar is, he's pretty powerful. Let me make sure I'm going the right way here. Hold on a second. Yeah, this is correct. I have a map open. Don't worry. I know where I'm going. Watch me get lost now. The Flame Tongue. So now Edgar does have a magic attack. But I'm actually going to give this to Locke. Let's see. 231, 222. So now Locke's attack will sometimes... I mean, first of all, it does fire damage, which will get past some of these guys' defense. But second of all... occasionally the fire sword, the flame tongue, I guess, will cast the fire spell. Which it didn't there. Oh, thank you for hitting the correct guy, Sabin. I was worried about that. So now he has a kind of a free magic attack. It just doesn't always come out 100% of the time. And just around the time you get into a dungeon where you're meant to use a lot of types of magic, the first tier magic spells, Fire, Thunder, and Blizzard, are kind of obsolete. I want to grab this hook, I think. Yeah. And we'll get a treasure box down here. Get us an ether. And I think that's it for this map. I think we're good here. We can climb all the way down onto the conveyor belt. You see how confusing this can get. Like, the whole map kind of loops in and around back on itself in weird ways. So there's that. I think we want to go over this way now and get a few more boxes. The back attack, that's not good. Let's see if Phoenix plus Flash can take care of these guys. I don't think so. And Locke's mug is going to be pretty weak because he's in the back row at the moment. Yeah, Phoenix plus Flash is the good time. So yeah, I guess Edgar's not our weak link. Sabin gained a level, so there's a point of magic for him. There's a Thunder Blade, so we'll give that to... I don't think anybody wants the... You know, we'll just put that in Locke's other hand, actually. Is what we'll do. That's exactly what we'll do. Okay, there's a remedy. I think we gotta go this way. And we'll backtrack for that box, don't worry. We can come back around for that one. By climbing up these stairs here. Oh, it's the Onion Kids! Final Fantasy III. One after all. These guys will blow up on you if you give them the chance. Let's try to not give them the chance. That's all you need, Rising Phoenix. So, alright, so Celeste has fire. I think she's done with Siren then. She is. Where's everybody else at here? You're going to see this screen a lot as I go through and check out people's stuff. I actually want to keep you there, Sabin. I actually don't want to switch anybody right now. So you're just going to sit there with Siren and soak up some extra hit points. That'll be good later because... Oh, there's a box down here. In the second world, she'll have a weapon that's based off of her level and hit points. Let's do this, actually. I'll give you the Dragoon Boots. You use spears, so Dragoon Boots are good for him. Kind of a cool relic. We'll give you... Since you do have some healing magic, we'll give you the Hermes Sandals. And a Hero's Ring. And now we'll do a little bit of backtracking. A gold shield. I mean, this is a no-brainer. You're the only one in the front, so you take that. Oh, no, we want you to have the Priest Miter. There we go. So I guess right now Celeste is our weak link, all things considered. Since we can burn / flash all these guys to death, pretty much. And there you saw the fire spell proc off of Locke's Flame Tongue. Well, that flash is a lot more powerful than I remember it. Honestly. Okay, so now we are going to go back down the stairs here. I think we want to go down this way. To get a couple of boxes. Because the dungeon has a fire sword, a lightning sword, and an ice sword. But the ice sword is actually really well hidden. Better hidden than the first two, at least. Yeah, so here's a door. I will just skip her turn. We're not going to do anything with her. The thing about skipping turns on this controller, though, is I've got to push the select button, which is right next to my touchpad, D-pad. So it's hard for me to hit select without also hitting over to the right like that. Every time I reach for select, my thumb likes to rest on the edge of that D-pad, and it thinks I pressed right, which I guess I did. Like, I haven't totally retrained my thumb yet on this circle pad. Edgar has regen. That's a good spell to have. Golden Helm. Let's give that to Locke. Does he even want it? Oh, we can't use it. 3 points of defense. That's not worth it. No, the evasion on the Green Beret is better. Nobody wants that golden helmet. No, thank you. There's one more door down here. And if you've been paying attention, you might be able to guess what's inside. I actually checked the shop list to see, is there any reason to visit Sen or Miranda at the beginning of this session? And apparently one of them sells Hermes sandals in their shop for pretty cheap. Magic goes down. I don't know if we want to lower your magic in this dungeon. You can't use it. You are not using your magic stats, so there you go. Enjoy. Alright, now I think we go up the other side, do we not? We need to kind of circle back up and around. I think we want to go all the way up to the top now. I'm going to use single target hits here. There we go. Focus fire, Sabin. Oh, Sabin's just one-shotting these fools. No problem. Everybody's blind. That only matters for Locke, though. Because he's the only one who's actually trying to hit. There's that insta-death chainsaw. We are going to take a minute to heal that, though. First, we're going to... I guess it really only matters for Locke, though. So I guess we're just going to do it for Locke. Go ahead and put on the ribbon, put your Brigand's glove back on. Everybody else gets just cool shades for a while. Oh, you know what? Celeste might use her attack command at some point in here. She may well indeed. So yeah, we could just win this dungeon just with Edgar and Sabin. Gao is really good in this dungeon if you give him that Templar, or if you go back for the Veil Dancer Rage, gives him access to Fyra and Thundara at a time when your party is just barely learning Fire and Thunder. But yeah, I can't really think of much good Cyan can do here. Kind of coming up blank on that. So we should be able to go into this pipe here. Like so. Which one is he hitting? I guess it doesn't matter. He's going to kill whichever one he hits. Because his attack power is just outrageous with that aura cannon. And he pretty much starts with that. He comes with that. You just got to make him more powerful by giving him those earrings and you're good to go. Good times. And then, we got a little side path here. We can get in there. Here we go. So this dungeon's not too bad if you do a little bit of planning. If you know the difference between physical and magic attacks, you'll be successful in this dungeon. I've had playthroughs where I didn't realize that, where I just kind of lived and died off my attack command. Because Final Fantasy IV is like that. You can play all of Final Fantasy IV just using... Because at any given time, 3 people in your party will have really good attack commands. So you just use those. And you use all your MP up on the boss. That's kind of how I approached RPGs back in the day. But this dungeon, if you do that, it's a very long slog. Because all these monsters take a long time to attack. Okay, so we can switch around some Espers now. You are done with Rama. How are we doing on Kira? 51. We're going to give you Rama now. Well, yeah, we'll give you Rama. We'll get you going on... Let's see if he can learn Cure in the next few minutes. And... You've got Float. I want you to keep this magic +1, though, so we're just going to leave that there. So Sabin and Celeste won't learn any new spells for at least a minute.
Shoutouts to Scott McIntosh, who sponsored this video, and to everybody who makes my channel possible by supporting me on Patreon.